The Armenian Anatolian highlands have long been a hotbed of serpent worship, cave cults, and watcher lore. The landscape itself, high places, cavern systems, volcanic ridges, became staging grounds for hybrid rites and dark initiations that spilled into neighboring lands. From this zone came the Kardashian and related mountain peoples. The phonetic echo in the modern surname Kardashian is not accidental to our discernment. It signals a lineage and a spiritual culture rooted in the same highland matrix of sorcery and seduction. Surname Kardashian traces linguistically to the Carduchioi mountain tribes dwelling in the Armenian Anatolian corridor between the Upper Tigris and the Caucasus. Ancient sources describe these people as fierce, cave-dwelling highlanders whose rites mixed warfare, sensuality, and blood-based devotion to the powers of the earth. The name root Kard or Kardash carried connotations of hooer, cutter, or one who carves out, reflecting both their geography, rocky gorges and cliffs, and their violent initiatory culture. In modern times, this same name reemerges through a family line that has mastered the art of seduction, image manipulation, and commerce. Spiritual descendants of the Highland cults that weaponized beauty and influence. The gender name of Anglo-Saxon and later Germanic extraction, meaning engineer or craftsman, adds another layer. The mechanized, manufactured aspect of glamour and control. When the Kardashian and Jenner houses merged, the ancient seduction of the Highlands joined with the industrial mind of the West, producing a union that perfectly serves the Serpent's modern agenda: spiritual corruption wrapped in technology, celebrity, and illusion. Scripture shows giants living among the Canaanites in the very corridor bordered by Anatolia and the Levant. This was not myth. It was the aftershock of the Watcher's transgression and the spread of hybrid bloodlines into the peoples of the land. Heth, father of the Hittites, is listed as the son of Canaan. The Hittites named in Genesis and throughout the early narratives are part of the Canaanite family tree that first occupied the land before Yasharel took possession. Later, through Canaanite Watcher mixing, a separate Indo-European bloodline was produced and led to a wave of hybrid offspring that entered Anatolia from the north that appropriated the name Hittite. They settled among older peoples, adopted their territorial names, and practiced identity theft, a pattern we see repeated through history, where mixed children identify as Black or Yashralim, though they are not of the pure bloodline and are not counted among the Adamic children, even though they claim the identity. They are mamzers, a pollution of the covenantal seed in the eyes of Yah and righteous Adamic peoples. This identity theft created two Hittite streams in the record: the original Hittite Canaanite presence tied to the land, and the later Indo-European rulers who took their name and prestige while pushing a hybrid imperial cult. The Highland iconography, sphinxes, griffins, composite beasts, deities standing upon animals and sacred stones, reveals a demonology unmasked. Spiritual authorities masquerading behind animal-human composites and double-headed emblems of domination. The double-headed eagle is a signature of this current. An ancient Hittite sign later claimed by imperial churches and courts. Symbols changed hands, but the spirit behind them remained the same. Control through counterfeit authority. Esau married Hittite women, bringing grief into Isaac and Rebekah's house. That early mixing with Heth's line foreshadows how union with those peoples disrupts discernment and invites idolatry into covenant families. Genesis 26, 34 through 35. Uriah the Hittite, serving in David's army, proves that Hittites were embedded among the people of the land. Their presence in royal and military affairs shows the constant pressure of foreign bloodlines within Yasharel's borders. When Yahuwah listed the nations to be driven out, Deuteronomy 7 and Joshua 3, he included Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, and even named Rephaim and other giant-bearing clans, because those lines were saturated with hybrid practices. The land vomited out its inhabitants. Leviticus 18, 24 through 28 is not poetry. It is the moral physics of covenant geography. Hybrid rights defile the soil. The soil expels the defilers. Yasharal was warned not to copy them, or the same judgment would fall. This is only the beginning. What you've just heard lays the groundwork, the origin, the bloodline, and the purpose behind this modern seduction program. But in part 2, we're going to expose how the ancient program actually works. How those same spirits that operated through the serpent seed nations are still operating through today's entertainment, beauty, and influence industries. We'll walk step by step through the system they built to defile Adamic seed, redirect inheritance, and turn covenant people into spiritual captives. So don't miss it, because once you see the mechanics of this machine, you'll never see celebrity marriage or fame the same way again.